Ever heard of the Bermuda Triangle? That mysterious patch of ocean where ships and planes supposedly vanish without a trace. For decades, it's been the stuff of legends, whispered tales of ghost ships, alien abductions, and bizarre time warps. But what if I told you the truth is far less supernatural, yet just as fascinating? Today, we're sailing straight into the heart of the mystery to uncover the real story behind the Bermuda Triangle. Let's start with the basics. The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, is a loosely defined region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean. Its vertices are generally considered to be in Bermuda, Florida, and Puerto Rico. This area is one of the most heavily trafficked shipping lanes in the world, with countless vessels and aircraft crossing it every single day. So, right off the bat, we have a high volume of traffic. More traffic naturally means a higher potential for accidents. Statistically speaking, the legend really took off in the mid-20th century. One of the most famous cases is the disappearance of Flight 19 in 1945. 5 US Navy torpedo bombers vanished during a training exercise. The story goes that the flight leader was heard on the radio talking about being lost, his compasses malfunctioning, and the ocean looking strange. To make things even spookier, a rescue plane sent to find them also disappeared. 13 men on that plane, gone. This single incident cemented the Bermuda Triangle's terrifying reputation. Then there's the USS Cyclops, a massive Navy cargo ship that vanished in 1918 with over 300 people on board. No distress call, no wreckage, nothing. It was just gone. Stories like these piled up over the years, each one adding another layer to the myth. Authors like Charles Berlitz, in his 1974 bestseller, The Bermuda Triangle, compiled these stories, suggesting that paranormal forces were at play. He talked about electronic fog, time vortexes, and even hinted at connections to the lost city of Atlantis. The public ate it up, and the legend became a global phenomenon. But here's where things get interesting. When you start digging into the facts, the mystery begins to unravel. Let's go back to Flight 19. The official Navy report cited pilot error as the cause. The flight leader, Lieutenant Charles Taylor, was relatively new to the area and mistakenly thought he was over the Florida Keys when he was actually over the Bahamas. His compasses weren't malfunctioning. He just got disoriented in bad weather and dwindling daylight. As for the rescue plane, the PBM Mariner, it had a known nickname, the flying gas tank. It was prone to exploding from fuel vapor leaks. In fact, a ship in the area reported seeing a massive fireball in the sky, right where the rescue plane would have been. It wasn't a mystery. It was a tragic accident. What about the USS Cyclops? While its disappearance is still officially unsolved, several plausible theories exist. The ship was carrying a heavy load of manganese ore, which can shift and cause a vessel to capsize very quickly. It also had a history of engine problems, and it was sailing into a region known for sudden violent storms. The most likely scenario is that it was simply overwhelmed by a rogue wave or an unexpected storm, sinking before anyone could send a distress signal. Many other famous Bermuda Triangle incidents have similar logical explanations. Investigations by journalists, researchers, and even the US Coast Guard have shown that many of the stories were exaggerated or completely fabricated. Some ships and planes reported to have vanished in the triangle actually disappeared somewhere else entirely. Others sank during documented severe hurricanes. Some stories were just pure fiction, made up for books and articles. So, if it's not aliens or a time warp, what is going on in the Bermuda Triangle? The answer lies in a combination of environmental and human factors. First, the weather there is incredibly volatile. It's located in a region prone to hurricanes and tropical storms that can brew up with little warning. The Gulf Stream, a powerful ocean current, flows through the triangle, creating deep, fast-moving water that can quickly disperse any wreckage, making it nearly impossible to find. Second, the geology of the area is unique. The ocean floor in the Bermuda Triangle is home to some of the deepest trenches in the world, like the Puerto Rico Trench, which is over 27,000 feet deep. If a ship or plane were to sink there, it would be lost in an abyss far beyond our current recovery capabilities. There's also the theory of methane gas eruptions. The idea is that large deposits of methane gas trapped under the seafloor could suddenly erupt, creating a massive area of frothy, low-density water. Any ship caught in one of these blowouts would lose buoyancy instantly and sink like a stone. While this is scientifically possible, there's no direct evidence linking such an event to a specific disappearance. And finally, we have human error. As we saw with Flight 19, getting lost, making a bad judgment call, or failing to prepare for bad weather can have catastrophic consequences, especially in such a challenging environment. In the age before GPS and advanced weather forecasting, navigating this stretch of ocean was far more perilous. The US Coast Guard, the people who actually have to go out and rescue those in trouble in this area, don't even officially recognize the Bermuda Triangle. They state that in their experience, the number of incidents in this region is no higher than in any other heavily traveled part of the ocean. They attribute the disappearances to a combination of natural forces and human fallibility. Lloyd's of London, the famous maritime insurance market, agrees. They don't charge higher premiums for vessels transiting the triangle because they don't see it as being statistically more dangerous. So, the Bermuda Triangle isn't a paranormal vortex. It's a place with real, scientifically understandable dangers. The legend persists because we love a good mystery. The idea of a place where the known rules of our world do not apply is both terrifying and thrilling. The stories are compelling, dramatic, and tap into our fear of the unknown. They make for great books and movies, but they're not based in reality. The truth is that the ocean is a vast, powerful, and often unforgiving place. The real story of the Bermuda Triangle is a tribute to the power of nature and a reminder of the risks that sailors and aviators have faced for centuries. The mystery isn't about what strange force is out there. It's about piecing together the last moments of those who were lost to the very real and powerful forces of our own planet. The next time you hear a spooky tale about the Devil's Triangle, you'll know the real secret. The most fascinating truths are often hidden right in plain sight, in the wind, the waves, and the depths of the sea. Thanks for joining me on this journey to debunk one of the world's greatest myths. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another investigation. Let me know in the comments what other mysteries you want me to tackle next. See you in the next video.